Hello YouTube, so I'm back for a new video. It is a vinyl finds. Last time I showed some records that I picked up in Germany, and this time I would like to show records that I picked up in Nantes, in the south of Brittany. It's 3 hours from my home by car, and I went there 2 times before going to Germany in a record store that sell, amongst others, Japanese pressings, and a second time in the first days of September this year in a small record fair. The store was part of it as well. So yeah, let's get to it. I was looking for this record for now, I don't know, maybe 2 years, because it was part of the Acoustic Sound series, Verve series, but I didn't succeed in getting this new reissue. And so I was very pleased when in this record fair I found this. And it was not in the store from Nantes, but it was a seller from the record fair, and it is a Japanese pressing on MRC and MRC. So it is a Japanese pressing of Studine Brown from Clifford Brown and Max Roach. Yeah, very happy to get this one. It is a mono version. And in the same reissue series, I didn't manage to get this as well, where they are both involved. The Sarah Vaughan self-titled album from I don't have I don't remember the year of this album. And so we have Sarah Vaughan, Max Roach, and Clifford Brown on this one as well. So this came from the seller, the store in Nantes. I get this one in July, and yeah, very good sounding record. The next one is a Japanese pressing as well, like, as you can see with the obi strip here. And it is the first album by Chico Hamilton Quintet featuring Buddy Collette on Pacific Jazz, and it is a mono pressing as well. Oh, this one is a mono, the first one as well, and and Sarah Vaughan is a mono version as well. And I got in the store in Nantes. It's not a Japanese pressing for this one, of course. Eric Dolphy at the 5 spot with Mal Waldron, Eddie Blackwell, and we learned yesterday the passing of Richard Davis, who is playing on this album as well. So it is, as you can see, no JC. And very good sounding, of course, because it is a live album, so you are not expecting the same sounding quality. Japanese pressing for this one, and it's coming from Japan. It's Japanese music as well. Yellow Magic Orchestra, the third album of the band. And I already have one of their album from, I think, from the 80s, which is not so great, but this one is from 79, and you can say it is a mix between I don't know, maybe Kraftwerk and that was already known at this time, and the French touch, because it has its funky influence in this, and but of course the French touch did not exist in the 70s, and it reminds me as well some of the Talking Heads album in some tracks here. So Yellow Magic Orchestra with Rishi Sakamoto and I always forget his name, Haruomi Osono. Yeah, Yellow Magic Orchestra. The next one was missing in my collection, so I'm very happy to get it. Brian Eno, Another Green World. It is not in the best shape, but yes, I'm happy to get this. And it's an original. In July, I was very pleased to find this one because I love the early magazine albums, and this is Play by Magazine. It is a live album. I think from 1980. It was engineered in Melbourne Festival Hall. Magazine Play. The next one, I'm very pleased of this one because I didn't have any clue that this was that this existed. And it is the Duke of Stratosphere, 25 o'clock, and of course I've heard of this, but I've forgotten that it was linked with the XTC band. So as a fan of XTC, I purchased this one. I think it's an EP, but maybe we can tell. I don't know the other one, but it could be the best one. Maybe you can comment on this. As you know, the Dukes are Sir John Jones, the Red Curtain, Lord Cornelius Plum, EIEION on drum. And there are nicknames for XTC members. It's not. It was cheap. I bought this UB44 by UB40. Nothing to say about that. And for the last record, it's a new one, but it is a record from 2021. And it is it was pressed under a French label, even if it's an American artist, and this label is called May I Records, and the guy who managed the label, I think his name is Gérald Guignot, and he was, I heard that he was responsible for the New Rose shop in Paris, or New Rose label in Paris during the 80s and the 80s and the 90s, maybe, I don't know. And he decided to create this label in Normandy, in the north of France. And he has some amazing albums, records, because he has some live album by Iggy and the Stooges, Bo Diddley, and the last one, Calvin Russell. But I will put the name of the label and the link to the website as well here. And this is Stuart Pearson, Mojave Apartments, and it is an artist. You can get his music on Bandcamp on files, and this is the only vinyl pressing. And I because I posted this on the social media, and Stuart Pearson just answered to one of my posts and said that he was making his next one. So I think that in the end of this year 2023 or 2024, there will be another album from him. And Stuart Pearson, I can say they mentioned dark Americana as a genre for this album. I would say this is a mix between Steve Earle or maybe Tom Waits for the voice and Lee Hazelwood as well for the voice. It depends on the tracks. It's Americana. It's very modern. It's never boring. It's always new. It's always surprising. There is no one song that is similar to another one. Sorry for my English. And Stuart Pearson coming from USA and very good. And sometimes, you know, we spend too much money on pressings by big name like Universal or Columbia, and sometimes it's a good idea to look at the production of small labels on Bandcamp or elsewhere. So yeah, and by the way, Gérard Guignot was on this record fair, and I bought to him this album, the Brian Eno and the XTC album. So this is it. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye. Kenavo.